It honestly starts to feel like a pattern, the kind where responsibility is never accepted. Instead, the blame gets flipped. Somehow, it's always someone else's fault, even yours. Now here's what went down. If you missed it, Erica Kirk was supposed to appear in an event with Vice President J.D. Vance at the University of Georgia. Big deal, right? High-profile event, major audience expected. But at the last moment, she didn't show up. No warning, no appearance, just completely absent. And let's be real, when you're scheduled alongside the sitting Vice President of the United States, not showing up isn't a small thing. Unless there's a serious emergency, it raises questions. So what explanation did the audience get? At the event, Andrew Cavett stepped in and told everyone that Erica couldn't attend due to serious security threats. According to him, the situation had escalated to a point where her safety couldn't be guaranteed. He even suggested that constant online attacks played a role in creating that risk. And that's where things start to feel off, because the implication is clear. This situation is somehow the public's fault. But people aren't fully buying that explanation. Soon after, additional details started circulating. Reports claimed that her travel plans were being tracked, her location exposed, and that multiple threats had been made. Her security team allegedly decided it was too dangerous for her to attend. Now, yes, safety always comes first. But critics are asking a different question. If the venue itself was secure and the vice president still attended, then what exactly made it impossible for her to show up? And that's where another theory starts gaining traction. Let's talk numbers. The University of Georgia has over 40,000 students. The venue for the event holds around 7,000 people, with the vice president attending. Filling those seats should have been easy, especially since tickets were free and open to the public. But reports suggest turnout was extremely low. In fact, footage from the event appears to show large sections of empty seating, far below expectations. And that changes the narrative completely, because now people are wondering, was this really about security or was it about poor attendance? It gets even more questionable. Some broadcasts covering the event reportedly used older footage from past events, making the crowd look larger than it actually was. When people noticed this, it only added to the skepticism. And here's the key detail. Erica didn't address the situation until after the event had already started. When she finally posted online, she said she was disappointed to miss the event and emphasized that she was following her security team's advice. But for many watching, the timing didn't sit right, because if a decision had already been made, why wait until the last minute to say anything? At this point, the situation has turned into something bigger than just one missed appearance. There are growing claims that recent events linked to her have struggled with turnout, even when promoted heavily and open to the public. If that's true, then this isn't just a one-time issue, it's a pattern. And that raises the biggest question of all. Was this really about safety, or was it about avoiding an empty room? Let's be honest for a second. Erica clearly shows up when she wants to show up. She was recently seen at a private event at Mar-a-Lago, attending a bridal celebration for Bettina, who's engaged to Don Jr. So the idea that she suddenly couldn't appear because of safety concerns, that doesn't fully add up for a lot of people. And here's where things really start to fall apart. We're being told this was all due to a serious threat. But if you've ever seen how real security threats are handled, something feels off immediately. Because in real situations, you don't go on stage and publicly announce a threat while the event is happening. That's not how security works. In fact, when there are credible threats, everything becomes quieter, not louder. Security tightens. Communication becomes limited. And the last thing anyone does is turn it into a public explanation mid-event. So when that announcement was made on stage, it didn't feel genuine, it felt performative. But there's even more. Erica was also scheduled to speak earlier that same day at a local high school in Georgia. And that event wasn't canceled at the last minute. It was canceled a full day earlier. Let that sink in. On Monday, the school was already informed she wouldn't be attending Tuesday's afternoon event. But the evening appearance with the vice president, that cancellation wasn't addressed until the very last minute. So one audience got advance notice and the other didn't. That alone raises serious questions. And it gets more interesting when you look at how the high school cancellation was explained. Parents received a message saying the event was canceled due to a scheduling conflict. Not a threat, not a safety issue, just a scheduling problem. Now think about that. If there had been a genuine security concern, something serious enough to cancel appearances, wouldn't it make sense to alert a school administration, even at a basic level? Instead, there was no mention of danger at all, which suggests that the threat explanation may not have been the real reason. So what actually happened? According to multiple accounts, there had already been pushback from parents and students before the event. Concerns were raised, discussions were happening, and interest in the event appeared to be low. In simple terms, attendance was expected to be weak. And in today's social media-driven environment, empty seats don't just look bad in person, they look even worse online. No crowd means no viral clips, no energy, no momentum. So the event gets quietly dropped. And this isn't an isolated situation. There are reports of similar reactions happening at other schools. In some cases, parents and teachers are openly organizing against these appearances. For example, at an upcoming high school event in Phoenix, discussions among parents show clear concern. Some are even encouraging others to pull students out of school that day as a form of protest. That's not random. That's coordinated pushback. And when that kind of resistance builds, it becomes harder and harder to stage successful events. Now here's the bigger issue. Instead of acknowledging these challenges, the narrative being pushed shifts the blame outward. It turns into, if people weren't criticizing if the public behaved differently, this wouldn't be happening. But that doesn't sit right with a lot of viewers, because public figures cancel events all the time for all kinds of reasons. Illness, exhaustion, poor planning, low turnout. It happens. But when was the last time you saw organizers come out and say, this is actually the audience's fault? That's not normal. And that's why people are pushing back. Because instead of transparency, what they're seeing is deflection instead of accountability. They're getting a narrative that doesn't quite match the facts. At the end of the day, this could have been handled very differently. A simple statement like, attendance didn't meet expectations, and we're working on improving future events. That would have been honest, professional, credible. But instead, the story became something else entirely. And now, more people are starting to question it.